Good evening. As an engineering major, I'm always looking for the latest and greatest technology. My favorite so far has to be three-dimensional printing. Three-dimensional printing is a very broad term, and this is a very important aspect of the engineering world. Many things can be 3D printed, but the world issue is that not a lot of people know what 3D dimensional printing is. 3D printing is a simple concept if you know what it is, how it works, and its possible uses. And according to 3D Printing's website, 3D printing is the process used for making a physical image into a 3D solid. In order to 3D print an object, you must first have a three-dimensional computer-aided design software. I've seen anywhere from a computer having it to an iPad and an iPhone having it. Once you have your software, you then create your design. And once your design is complete, the design software prepares it for printing. What this means is the software cuts each individual layer of the design and prints it in 2D forms. Then it uses the heated material. Depending on what you're making is what kind of material you're going to use. It goes anywhere from silver, titanium, steel, wax, polymers, polycarbonate, and that's just a few. So it can go anywhere. And they'll take that, heat that material up, and layer on top each one, and eventually complete your design. This is a really amazing process because it's very simple, but it's also very complex because it can range anywhere from nuts and bolts to a 3D printed car, which I'll talk about later. There are also now personal printers, and these can range anywhere from a pen, I've seen those, to a desk size. And you can also now buy 3D printers from Walmart in-store and online. In high school, I was a part of a robotics team where we were given the opportunity to receive a grant that allowed us to get a 3D printer. And this would have taken, if we would have had that, it would have taken us hours to create these very specific parts. But thankfully, we were given that, so it let us do that in just under a few minutes. This is very similar to what the automobile, many different producers use. They 3D print prototypes, so it saves them money on parts and it saves them money on people as well. Intralox is a company that creates different types of conveyor belts, and I had the opportunity last year to go and visit their plant and was allowed to see how they use 3D printing to mass produce prototypes, which was very cool. And now, a new kind, and it's also my favorite type of 3D printing, is bioprinting. Bioprinting is the technology to create living humans, tissues, and organs. Many people, whenever I say bioprinting, they refer to it from Grey's Anatomy because they do use that in the newer episodes of Grey's Anatomy. Bioprinting allows biomedical engineers to create personalized human tissues and body parts much faster than it would if they had to create those by hand. And that is what I want to do in my career field. And according to 3D Printing's website, NASA now prints combustion chamber liners. And also, as of March 2015, their first 3D printed jet engine part is set to fly. So that is very cool. There's also an Arizona-based company that plans to send out and mass produce their first 3D printed solar panel car, which is going to cost about $8,000 to $20,000 per car. And that's according to CNBC. The uses of 3D printing are as far as you can dream, and although it might be a little bit out of our price range, anything is possible. 3D printing is a simple concept, but it's going to transform the way we see the world and the way the world is today. What will you create? Thank you for your time.